structures in Java statements are usually executed in the order written. Control structures. In Java statements, sometimes we need a statement to execute even though it is not the next in line. Java provides a number of control statements that let us specify a certain order of execution. Here are some control structures. Number 1, sequence structure. Number 2, selection structure. And the last one is repetition structure.
Control structure is the sequence structure. It is built into Java or called default. Unless its structure otherwise Java executes one statement after the other up to the other and specify the code. Sequence means that program flow moves from one statement to another, and so on. It is the simplest form of the structure, and it is not likely that a programmer uses sequential structuring when developing complex program. This is the example of flowchart of sequence structure. This is the start, and the flow of the program is going to the other statement and reach to the other statement, and the statement being used is become an output.
The second control structure is called selection structure. Selection structure, it shows certain path of execution based on a condition. Java has three types of selection statement: if statement, if-else statement, switch statement. Each of these statements has corresponding activity diagram. Let's see the if statement. This is the start, reach the decision, based on my condition, execute or maybe not. In if-else statement, start, reach the decision, based on the condition, or end, I do nothing or another. In if-else, if statement can be followed by optional if-else, if statement, which is very useful to test the various conditions using the if-else statement. An if can have 0 or 1 else, and it must become after any ifs. Once an else if succeeds, none of the remaining else if or else will be tested.
Control structure. The third control structure is repetition. Repetition is the program repeats particular loop or statement a certain number of times depending one or more conditions. Repetition allows to repeat the code sequence over and over again. In Java, we have three repetition statements or looping statements. First, for statement. Second, while statement. And the third, do while statement. In here, we have a for statement diagram. We start the condition. When our condition is false, we repeat the condition. And when our condition is true, we move to the final statement. The for loop statement or repetition structure. For loop specialized form of while loop. Simplifies the writing of count control loops. This is the syntax of for loop. For, open parenthesis, initial expression, semicolon, logical expression or condition, semicolon, update expression or increment or decrement, bracket, and the last statement. And semicolon. You put a bracket here to finalize the syntax. The for looping repetition structure continued. Execution. Initial statement executes. The loop's condition is evaluated. If loop condition evaluates the true, execute for loop statement and execute update statement. Repeat until loop condition is false. Do while loop or repetition structure. The syntax of do while loop is do open bracket statement semicolon increment or decrement semicolon close bracket while open parenthesis logical expression or condition and close parenthesis and semicolon. Statements execute first and then logical expression evaluated. Statements executed at least once and then continued if logical expression is true. Do while loop, post-test loop. This is the diagram of the do while loop. Here, we started here, then statement. Then, we move to the condition. If our condition is true, we repeat the statement. Then, we go to the condition. If our condition is false, we go to the final statement.
Flag control while. It's a bowling used to control a loop. This is the syntax. Found equals to false, initialize the loop control variable. While it's not found, test the loop to control variable. If logical expression found, it is equals to true. Semicolon, update the loop and control variable. EOF or end of file, controlled by, it is controlled by while. Used when input is from files, cyclical value is not always appropriate. In an EOF control while loop that is used to scanner or object console to input data console acts at the loop control variable. The method as next. The class scanner returns the true if there is an input in the input of semicolon. Otherwise, it returns to false.
Control structure.